right, chat. Today we got superheroes have the worst lives. You feel me? And that is true, bro. Because if you are a superhero, like I always say, in any universe that there's a superhero, that means that there is a villain. That hero has its villain, you feel me? And you will get done like this. We already know what Spider-Man be going through. We already know, but you know, he's like a actual superhero. But then there's Batman, bro. Look what Bane got him doing. His whole back gone. You feel me? And he's only human. No thanks. Anyways, still Kevin. There'll be a link to the original video down below. Let's check it out.
I feel like a lot of us wanted to be a superhero growing up.
Yes.
Seeing Spider-Man swing off buildings.
Yes.
Batman gliding through the sky.
Yes.
Iron Man having some of the
Yes. Okay, Spider-Man, sure, growing up, no problem. But then when I think about it, I don't want to because he's broke, gang. Batman, honestly, I would love to be Batman because he has a lot of plot armor, you feel me? I'd be having a lot of main character moments for sure. But then again, he's just human. Actually, yeah, not that that's a problem, because at the end of the day, I've always wanted to be Iron Man, and he's also human. So, you know, I kind of messed myself up there. But look, if I had to pick one or the other, it's always gonna be Iron Man, bro. Because he has the suit, he's awesome, and he's just a billionaire too. So either Batman or Iron Man, I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna be Team Iron Man. Why not? I don't care, bro. That's my goal right there.
Hey,
and he got money.
Some of the coldest suit-ups in the franchise. Like, who wouldn't want to be a superhero? But that's my child brain talking. I was recently rewatching some movies and not gonna lie,
True.
Fuck no.
True.
If I'm offered 24 hours in their shoes, I'm declining. The type of situations they get put through is ridiculous. Matter of fact, the first superhero I mentioned, Spider-Man. His life sucks.
His life, bro, it is a canon event to witness your aunt dead, bro. Hell no. And don't make me talk about what happened to Aunt May with the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin had no business, gang. No business blowing up that house while Shorty was praying. That's messed up, bro. Other than that, just too much deaths, too much like just horrible, traumatizing events. And out of all that, bro, he be going through so much and still broke, gang. No thanks.
Sucks. I'd be damned if I'm spending my free time saving the city and here comes J. Jonah Jameson spreading nothing but hate on my name. He could have just saved a baby from a burning building and you hear Jonah on the radio, saved. He dangled an infant 50 feet in the air with no safety net.
What?
Like, Jonah, the baby was on the 13th floor. Should we have taken the stairs? Craziest part is the citizens would hear that shit and believe it.
True.
I would have quit the millisecond I heard him on the radio.
They're
the
brainwashed.
next time the Sinister Six is in town and you got a 7'9", 500-pound rhinoceros at your doorstep, don't call for Spider-Man. I won't be answering the call. But I don't think Jonah is the worst part. Worst part is after saving the city 300 times, he comes back home with a rent notice on the floor. All of these heroics and he's broke. Gets thrown through at least 12 walls a day and he still can't catch a break. Exactly why I couldn't be a hero. I started charging people by the minute. If you're injured on a building and I swing you from a hospital and that trip took 5 minutes, I'm expecting $50 for my service.
Thank you.
You refuse, I promise I'll swing you back up. Oh, but I thought
Bro, and it's not even, I mean, you don't even have to like literally get paid. It's just the fact that you're saving people. So they should look out for you. And I'm obviously like, I'm sure there are certain scenarios where people do look out for Spider-Man for sure. But like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, the city gotta love me, bro. I need to get free everything. But the problem with that is also that the people will do it for Spider-Man, not for Peter Parker. You get it? So like, they don't know who he is. So you can't just go out as Peter Parker and like get free money and stuff like that. I don't know, bro. It's just the fact that he's not known is also a curse.
Hero, aren't you Spider-Man? Nah, I'm the black one.
Ooh, you could start a business. Spider-Man Uber, fly you across town. $5? That's light work, gang. Facts.
I promise I'll swing you back up. Oh, but I thought you were a hero. Aren't you Spider-Man? Nah, I'm the black one. The black one. And there's so many situations that heroes are put in that if I was put in the same situation, I would have just left. Like at the end of Spider-Man 1 when he had to save MJ and the kids and Goblin came rushing in trying to impale him, bro, I'm dropping them. I'm sorry. He wouldn't have gotten a chance to get that close. I would have been at the top of the bridge by now. Or later on, when he caught a grenade to the face, I'm calling a timeout. I realized I'm in over my head. I wasn't expecting to be fighting real demons. Or when the Goblin came back in No Way Home putting the beats on Tom.
Yeah.
He ate his hit and then punched him out the window. Allowed him to get a barrage of hits off just to laugh in his face and then proceeded to slam him through the floor. Kicked his ass.
I want to know if in this part, is he holding back? Because he looks like he went through hell and he's swinging viciously, bro. And he's really just eating it.
to get a barrage of
Look,
hits
like I don't feel like he's holding back here. And the Green Goblin ate it regardless.
off just to laugh in his face and then proceeded to slam him through the floor. Picked his ass up, busted his back on the ceiling, and then spears him through multiple floors. 5 to be exact. And then he kills Aunt May. Would have been my last night wearing the mask. Never in my life have I seen him get beat like that. But even simple stuff like running out of webs, and that happened multiple times, and each time it was his back taking that hit. I'm taking at least a week break from swinging after that. I can still do my basic heroic deeds, but I'm using public transportation. I'm gonna be too afraid to jump off rooftops. And even later on when he's fighting Doc Ock, out of everyone in the crowd, he just happens to grab my aunt. I bet if Peter was a bank teller, this would never have happened. Being a superhero just gives you negative luck. He was really chilling at a coffee shop and the nigga threw a car at the window. What? He tells Peter to tell Spider-Man to meet him somewhere. And of course, Peter's gonna say, hey man, I don't know where he's at. Then runs off with MJ like, gosh, again? You got kidnapped the last movie. But I mean, at least he still has his girl, cause you know, Andrew, not so lucky.
Not so
and
lucky.
Every Spider-Man has to go through their best friend wanting to kill him. But out of all 3, Tom had it the worst. He had it all, but then lost it all. Had Aunt May, a roof over.
And the thing is too, like he asked for it. So I don't know if I feel bad. Like I'm not sure, bro. Like low key. Maybe in this new movie, I'll like realize how bad this is. No, actually, that is really bad. Cause he said, yo, Strange, I want everyone to forget about Spider-Man, right? Or was it Peter Parker? Regardless though, I just feel like you have no one at that point. You feel me? Everyone you love don't know you no more. So I don't think that was a good idea. I think this one is really bad, low key. Would you live in Gotham in the absolute universe? Hell nah. Or Chicago in Invincible? Hell nah. Okay, let me think. Not Invincible. I'll take my chances with Gotham. All I gotta do is go out in the morning and just relax. Other than that, I'm good off that. Yeah, the Hulk still knows who he is. Okay, well, we'll see that. Wait, how do you guys know that? Did we see that in the movie or something? I didn't know that, but okay, whatever. Well, we'll see how it plays out. I think this one is really bad.
The man has to go through their best friend wanting to kill him, but out of all 3, Tom had it the worst. He had it all, but then lost it all. Had Aunt May, a roof over his head, not worrying about rent, but now she's gone. Had Tony Stark, the father figure in his life, but now he's gone. At the end of No Way Home, a spell was casted that had everyone forget who Peter Parker was. So he lost MJ, Ned, anyone who knew who he was. Oh, and by the way, he's broke. Got an apartment now, but those rent due papers gonna be coming soon. And all the Avengers are either dead, trash, or somewhere in space. Can't ask nobody for help. Spider-Man has it bad, but someone who has it worse, Wolverine. His healing factor alone would suck with how long his lifespan is, but the things he's been through made it 10 times worse.
True.
When he was a child, this man walks into his house, popped his dad. He awakens his ability, kills that man, but then he finds out something very important. Turns out his father wasn't actually his father. He is. The guy he just killed was his real dad.
What the hell?
First 3 minutes of the movie, by the way. So now it's
wait, that is a crazy intro to a movie. I ain't gonna lie, I did not remember that. I watched this movie, bro. All the early like Wolverine movies were so good. One of my favorite ones, not Wolverine, but this one's an X-Men. It's the X-Men First Class. No, First Class or First something. It was the first something. I forgot. That one was really good.
He just killed was his real dad. First 3 minutes of the movie, by the way. So now it's only him and his brother Victor. Grew up together, fought in like 4 different wars. Even when Victor started tweaking a little bit, Logan still stood by his side. That's until Victor really lost it when he was okay with killing an innocent man. So Logan said, yeah, no.
Which movie
went their
is
separate
this?
ways. Fast forward to when he found himself a girl, living the good life, until she dies. Got killed by his own brother. Now bent on revenge, he accepts Stryker's proposal.
Oh, this is the Wolverine movie.
Invincible. Getting metal, adamantium melded to his spine. Anesthesia doesn't work on him, so he's feeling every bit of that. Then he overhears that Stryker was actually planning on erasing his memory, so he runs away. This kind couple was nice enough to take him in, but they died too.
They boomed,
Blew up the house at that.
You got the chopper. Yeah, I remember this.
Fast forward again to where you find the island Stryker is stationed at. And guess what? His girl never died. Her job was to keep an eye on him. And you know what her powers are? Tacto hypnosis. She can influence anyone she touches. Can't make this up. He's been going through it the entire movie and we're still not done.
Holy
a few minutes later,
shit.
she gets the chance to tell him, oh, I never tricked you. It was real for me too. 5 minutes later, Logan finds her with a bullet hole in her gut.
That's
she
tough.
does die at the end of this, but all of a sudden...
Wait, so now to him, she died twice. Oh my God, this is messed up. Yeah, I do remember this movie. And now this gun has like an adamantium bullet in it. And is this the one with... No, this is not the one with Deadpool. No. When Deadpool had like... it is the one with Deadpool. He had like swords come out his hand, and his mouth was shut. That was weird.
All of a sudden, he gets shot.
Bro, I feel like I have dementia.
Adamantium bullets. Caught a bullet to the head twice, erasing his memories. The only hint he has to who he was is the name Logan written on his dog tag. And something similar happened in the X-Men Last Stand movie. Well,
with Phoenix?
Kinda. His girl died again.
Yeah.
But he was the one who had to kill her because he was the only one able to get close. And this scene scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. I don't remember why either. I don't know if it was because everything was turning to dust or what. Something in this scene just terrified me. But of course, the Logan movie. The best superhero movie of all time. This is when they finally stopped pushing us in a stroller and let us walk on our feet. This is what Wolverine is supposed to feel like. In the other Wolverine movies, he'd stab someone and no blood would be seen. But in this,
they did not
body
care.
Parts were flying. But even so, it was depressing.
Yeah.
A movie about old man Logan trying to live out his final moments with a sick Charles. The X-Men are gone. Mutants are now on the brink of extinction. And the adamantium fused with them that once felt like finding a gold scar is now poisoning his body. I'm pretty sure his original plan was to buy a boat, sail away with Charles, stay with him until the end, and when Charles was gone, use that single adamantium bullet to take himself out. Now, of course, that didn't happen. Instead, he had to watch Charles bleed out, and the one who did it was a clone of himself. Now, if you don't know, Charles is the one who gave Logan a purpose after he lost his memories. So that was kind of like losing his father.
Exactly.
So after that, he dedicated the rest of his life.
Dedicated the rest of his life to this little girl, saw her as a daughter, and then at the very end, bro, kind of just died wanting to protect her, but I guess he couldn't because, damn, this one is bad. Holy shit, I thought Spider-Man had it bad. This is crazy.
To helping Laura, aka his daughter, aka the GOAT. Hey, Marvel, I'm still waiting on her movie, by the way. By helping her and her fellow mutant friends escape their captors. But in the process,
wait, that was his actual
had
daughter?
This fire-ass scene. Like, I can't talk about this movie and not glaze this, bro. Berserk Logan.
That's tough.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Yep.
The GOAT!
Bro, and Hugh Jackman, bro, when he played this role, well, obviously, he is Wolverine. Because those screams, those like, the movement, everything, bro, it comes from the heart. Like, he really played the shit out of this character, bro. 10 out of 10 performance.
I got this over Infinity War, Endgame, whatever movie. Not gonna lie, I got this over Infinity War, Endgame, whatever movie moment you have in your mind. I have this over that. But anyways, this is an elderly man we're talking about. He can take out everyone here except himself. There was truly no way he's winning going against a prime version of himself. Yeah, he was doomed from the start. And it took Laura shooting him with the adamantium bullet to kill him. Man, and this... The first time the entire movie, she calls him dad. Till this day, the scene still gets me. In 2017,
like
my
Lee and
first time
Clementine.
seeing this, I'll gladly say I was bawling. Tears running down my face, throat scratching. You would have thought I lost an actual love.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna rewatch this, bro. Low key, I'm gonna rewatch this because everything he kind of explained over here. Well, obviously the first one was the Wolverine movie. This is Logan. 2 different movies. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like I have dementia, bro. Like, I forgot a lot of these things. So I'm gonna watch it back. It's gonna feel like a brand new movie. I can't wait.
17, my first time seeing this, I'll gladly say I was bawling. Tears running down my face, throat scratching. You would have thought I lost an actual loved one the way I was acting. But yeah, his life sucked. Every good thing was followed by 10 terrible things. He could not catch a break. And honestly, this could really extend to mutants in general. The human race hates mutants with every fiber of their being. A mutant would save their life, but the second they find out what you are, don't touch me, you filthy mutant. Like, shit got crazy over there. They say mutant like it's a slur. They'll hate on Wolverine, but then go and praise the Hulk, the giant green monster. Oh, he's just a superhero. I promise it doesn't make any sense. At first, I thought the X-Men universe was just completely separate from the MCU, like a whole different timeline where people don't like anything that isn't normal, but Deadpool made it seem like everything was connected, so at this point, I don't know. Whatever side of the world the X-Men are on is pure racism. Like, there was a whole war going on, thousands of them in captivity. Humans built machines that adapt to every mutant ability, and honestly, we lost. The mutants lost. Logan had to go back in time to make sure the war never started. And even in the Logan movie, we find out they made a drug that stops the birth of mutants. Like, they did not like them at all.
That's crazy. Why not embrace them?
Bruce Wayne. Ooh. As a child, he witnessed both his parents get murdered. So
I think no matter what verse you're in, right? This is another one of those canon events. He has to, in order to become Batman, no matter where he's at, bro, has to witness the death of his parents. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah.
Batman, putting fear into criminals' hearts to make sure no one else ever went through the same pain. Sounds great, right? But everyone wants to be Batman until it's time for the mandatory Bane beating, until Bane snaps your fucking spine, or just having to deal with the Joker. He's the type of nigga to strap a bomb to a baby's chest and tell you, "So, Batman, will you save the baby or stop the gas leak in the daycare 100 miles from here?" It's like it's all fun and games until he gives you an impossible choice. Not to mention how he barely gets any downtime. At night, he's protecting Gotham, and during the day, he's running one of the biggest companies in the world. All shits and giggles until you're off 40 minutes of sleep. Or how he has to worry about the people he works with getting hurt. Barbara getting paralyzed. Jason Todd getting tortured. Lucius getting blown up if we're talking about the games. Nightwing dying to a fucking stick. Like, I'm sure he blames himself for most of those too. Like, imagine waking up one day, seeing Scarecrow douse a random diner with fear toxins, and then hacking into the billboard saying this is only the beginning, so now the entire city's getting evacuated. And now all that fills the streets are a bunch of criminals doing random stuff like flipping cars. Like, did you get joy out of that? What was the purpose? And then all of a sudden, some guy calling himself the Arkham Knight pulls up with a weird obsession to Batman.
Chat, what was that? Wait, I didn't know. Wait, chat, this Arkham Knight? I stopped the ride on Origins. No, I'm tweaking. I gotta get on that. Who's this? This looks tough.
And all of a sudden, some guy calling himself the Arkham Knight pulls up with a weird obsession to Batman. At the start, we had no clue who this was, so I know Batman was just like, dude, who are you? Even later on, the entire city gets flooded with toxins. Like, he did all this in one night on a random Tuesday. Also, this wasn't a main mission, but it should have been. When Catwoman got kidnapped by the Riddler. Now, that was my main priority. Fuck whatever Scarecrow got going on. I have more important things to do. But speaking of her, one of the worst things is Batman's canon event. Meeting Catwoman, Selena Kyle. And it must work the same way it does in a Spider-Man movie. His canon event is to meet her and never get with her, or it's a one-night type thing, because if he goes any further than that, the universe is going to get unstable, going to start unraveling, and I promise if I was Batman, we're all dead. At the end of the Batman movie, when Selena said, "Yo, you should come with me," yes, immediately, I was hoping he was
He said, "Hell no."
I had my suitcase around the corner. I'm ready. Gotham would have never seen me again. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Probably.
Yo, I love this video, bro. Yo, shout out Kevin, man. This is tough.
We're gonna do a part 2, so put some superheroes down in the comments. Movies, cartoons, comics, just anyone whose life that has been terrible.
Yo, you could do Thor. Immediately, the first person I thought of, well, you know, Spider-Man is obvious, but he did that. Batman is obvious, but he did that. Wolverine, that was actually interesting. I didn't think about that. You could do Thor, though, because Thor in the movie, not so much comics. I'm not really tapped in with the comics, but in the MCU, bro, his mother dead. His brother dead at the time because he saw Thanos kill him. His father dead. Asgard destroyed, bruh. Shit, I don't know who else, but everything that he loves, everyone that he loved, gone, gang. You feel me? So I think Thor would be a good one to put here. I don't know about anybody else, but yo, fire video, my boy. 10 out of 10. I had a lot of fun watching that. Shout out to the boy. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.